Hey everybody, it's Eric Foxman, Balanced Personal Training, and today I want to share with you a trigger point massager by what's called Body Back Buddy. And it looks like this, okay? Kind of weird looking, but I'll tell you what, this thing works. It's awesome. I picked this up, I ordered it through Amazon about 2 weeks ago. Why did I buy it? Well, I had gotten a massage a few weeks ago, and the massage therapist told me about it. And so I went online, checked out all the hundreds and hundreds of positive reviews from Amazon, decided, hey, for the price, why not? I think it was $39, something like that. And it came to me and I looked at it and I said, wow, I hope it has an instruction manual. Well, there's a little manual, and in it, it has some illustrations, some pictures, how to position the various knobs on what part of your back or your leg. And so I did. So I tried it out. I also jumped onto YouTube to look for any other kind of trigger point massage videos just to kind of give some advice and positioning. And I found some of those too. And anyways, that first night, I was sitting down on my couch watching some television. Yes, personal trainers do that stuff too. And I was just kind of playing around with it. And I said, gosh, my left trap, my left rhomboid, which has been an issue since my snow shoveling issue this past January. And so what I did is I reached back here and I said, okay, let me find that spot. So here, let me just show you, for example, right here, and I am using very, very little arm force. There's very little pressure that I'm using. And this particular one, if you look at it versus here, this is just like a little sphere. This one has a point to it. And so, I was kind of looking around. You have a variety of trigger points, especially on your rhomboids and traps. And then I kind of would hold there. And then depending on if I'm kind of pushing up with my left hand, or I'm pulling forward with my right, or if I'm moving my left hand this way, you kind of get different angles. And so I would hold this on my trigger points, and then I would say, okay, let's find the next sensitive spot. And then here's another one. And then I would do the same thing. And I was literally holding it for about 30 seconds or a minute. Various parts of my neck, of my traps, my rhomboids. The next day I was pretty sore, I have to admit. I wasn't bruised, but the day after that, I felt like $1,000,000. So this thing is awesome. You can see here these two little knobs, and what that's for is putting, on the neck. So on either side of the spine. And again, I'm not doing or using a whole lot of pressure, as I'm not like, trying to guillotine and rip my head off. This is just a little bit of pressure and just kind of holding it, and then you can work it down your neck and so on. You saw kind of my technique that I was doing where I went across, so you're getting a different angle. You could also just do it on the same side. So if I do something like this, so you can kind of see like that. Oh, I could just hold this. I could just hold this for like 5 minutes. And again, I'm not really doing a whole lot of work. One of the reasons why I bought this was I was just begging my wife, would you give me a neck massage? And she's not a trained massage therapist, so her hands would get tired after a couple minutes, and then she would say, sit on the ground. And I would say, put an elbow in, so she could just lean there. But after a while, that's fatiguing for her. So I think I've put my wife out of the job. This thing is great. You can see these 2 points here. People are like, well, what's that for? Well, that's for your paraspinals, your erector muscles. And I am just putting a little bit of pull pressure on my paraspinals. Various points. That's awesome. Down by your sacrum. And, the guys who invented this obviously used a lot of physics, because I can stay pretty relaxed and pull and get a lot of pressure. Now if you wanted to do lower body, you can do lower body as well. So if I'm sitting here and I want to, hook it around an IT band or a hamstring, I can just kind of dig. So if you feel your IT band, your hamstrings here, your quads here, there's that different tissue and it kind of indents, and I can just kind of dig in there a little bit. If you want to get your hips and maybe a little low back, this part's my favorite part. And what you can do is just find that sensitive spot. Maybe it's your medius, your gluteus medius, and then just here, and then just putting pressure. So it looks kind of funky, but you know what? If you don't have the time or the money to go to a massage therapist and you want something that's going to be effective, easy to use, you got your body, what's it called? Your body back buddy. But it's a great trigger point massage. I strongly suggest you get it. Give it a try, and I'll talk to you soon.